Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we are going to talk about the new Natasha Denona Metropolis eyeshadow palette. Ta-da! Just arrived this morning and I could not wait, so we're gonna do swatches. A spoiler, I'm gonna create multiple looks with the palette and I'm gonna tell you, my thoughts, show you how the shadows perform, and give you my first impressions, not my final thoughts. Like, I'm really excited about the palette. I know it's a little bit intimidating, like right now, like when you see all these colors, you're like, ooh, I was overwhelmed too. So we're gonna see how we can work with it. Yeah, so if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, you can also follow me on Instagram. Don't forget to click that little bell right here so you don't miss out on any new uploads. Watch it in HD too. Quality is way better and you can actually see, the sheen of certain shadows and the texture. So yeah, I recommend it. Thank you so much for watching. Without any further ado, let's get started. All right, I am so excited. It's so funny because when I looked at it first, I was like, ooh, it's beautiful, it's gorgeous, and then I was also like, oh, it's kind of overwhelming, all these colors. Like, you can create so many looks, but it's overwhelming. I own two like 28 pans eyeshadow palettes, and to be honest, they were big, heavy, so not easy to travel with. Beautiful eyeshadows, so the quality, beautiful. But here you'll see that she adopted this format of the Sunrise eyeshadow palette. So the pans are smaller, but you have 28 pans, and I think it's great. This is how it comes in this pretty box. We have kind of a forest green, a metallic forest green theme with a little bit of bronze here, and this is how the palette looks like. So pretty. So I'm gonna compare quickly with the Sunset palette. It's a tiny bit smaller, but kind of a same kind of leather feel component, and you open it and you have that little flip here with the names. But when you compare, and the Sunset palette has only like 15 shades, the Metropolis palette has 28 shades. So you get the flip. Once again, it's back with this kind of like leather varnish like packaging. Like, she usually has the flip. I guess it's complicated to print the names on the palette. So pretty. I'm gonna try to zoom you in quickly. I don't know how long it's gonna take to do swatches of that little guy, but the colors are super interesting. I think the color story is interesting. Metropolis, the capital basically. It's a big city, so variety, melting pot, a lot of different things you can do. So when you compare the size of the pans, for instance, I'm gonna try not to drop it. After the Sunrise palette, I think she realized everybody was happier with that format. Just to compare quickly, I think it's the same size as the Sunrise pans, but here you get 15 eyeshadows, here you get 28, and they are kind of like more condensated, like a little bit closer to one another. You still have a nice mirror. I kind of prefer this kind of packaging though. So as per usual, I think she always tries to put the shades together by quads, so you can kind of create easily like a look. But now, like, feel free to break the rules, obviously. In makeup, I like to think that it's like art. There's no rule. So we're gonna start with quickly the info about that palette. So it's $170 in Canada. It's a palette with 28 brand new shades and 2 new formulas of Natasha Denona's iconic professional quality pressed pigment eyeshadows in a never before seen mini size. So that's the green brown eyeshadow palette, and this is the size. This is a gorgeous palette. I don't reach for it enough just because it's a huge one. But the shades here are beautiful. So let me grab this again. And these are way bigger, but it makes so much more sense, I think, this size. So 28 pounds, and this was about like $300, like way more expensive too. New shadows, so no repeats apparently. Free of parabens, this product is also cruelty-free. These extraordinarily rich pressed pigment shadows deliver maximum color payoff. They're hydrating and smooth for optimum texture and comfortable all-day wear. Alright, well, let's start with the swatches. I think I might use both my arms today. Rust, which is a vibrant rustic sienna metallic. Troop, which is described as a dark army green matte. Orion, a coral with light greenish reflex duochrome. Shield, olive green metallic. Ripe, coral terracotta matte. Stain, dirty apricot matte. Mass or mace, copper nude metallic. Second row we have rope, warm beige matte. Fuse, rustic gold high shine. Leffal, avocado green matte. Penny, bronze high shine. Chrism, peach matte. I'm really excited for that one. Aqueous, vibrant aqua blue metallic. Oh, wow. And Queen, pearly pink champagne metallic. Okay, so this is the second row. Blaze, champagne gold high shine. Noble, taupe metallic. Imperia, brassy gold metallic. Royal, dark forest green matte. Crest, rosy coral metallic. Enigma, midnight blue matte. Wow. Pure, brown old rose matte. This formula swatches so well. So this is the third row. Very interesting. Azoic, mustard taupe brown matte. Beautiful green here. Jubilee, vibrant teal metallic. Symbol, curious to see how it looks because it looks really close to the Enigma shade. Symbol, deep matte teal. Rhizome, warm mustard matte. Claret, rosy fuchsia metallic. Helena, light apricot with pink reflex shimmer. And Antique, dark pink brown matte. And here are the rows number 3 and 4. And here are all the shades of the Metropolis palette. Such an interesting color story. It's a bit overwhelming because there's so much to do, I don't even know what I'm gonna pick like to create those looks today because I want to give this palette justice and show you guys as many possibilities as possible, but whew, there are so many possibilities, that's insane. And it's swatched beautifully. Now, of course, we cannot judge like by the swatches, but well, hopefully it gives you an idea of the colors. Quickly lower the light just to see maybe if it changes a bit. The colors, the intensity, the shine. I think I found the row, like the first row, like so pretty. It was screaming full to me. So I think maybe for the first look, I'm gonna stick to that. I put a little bit of my Benefit Boring Cakeless Concealer. Just gonna make sure it didn't crease. I might start actually with this shade, Azoic. And I'm gonna take a Luxie Large Eye Blending Brush number 250. Let's go to that cream shadow here. Let's see how it works. And I'm gonna place it, ooh, that's pigmented, in the outer corner. And I'm gonna drag it to the crease. Nothing like super precise. Wow, this is blending so easily. But this is blending beautifully. Color is super pretty. I'm gonna grab the shade Troop. This kind of military green here. And I'm gonna focus it in the outer corner. Pretty color. Pigmented. Kind of a creamy formula too. And this is kind of a good brush to apply those like kind of cream to powder eyeshadows. A little dome, dense. Slowly drag whatever is left on the brush into the crease. Morphe R30 brush. Okay, I'm gonna go to the shade Ripe. Kind of a pumpkin color. Barely tap the brush. This is very pigmented. I barely tapped it on the pan. I'm gonna tap the brush here and I'm gonna go into the crease with it. And Ripe is very easy to blend, but also like to build up the intensity. Look at that, it's a soft transition here. Very, very nice. Complement that green very well too. I might intensify a bit after, but for now I think I want to go just intensify a tiny bit more Troop, that green, with my finger and go in the outer corner. I want to take the shade Shield and go in the inner third with it. I want to see how it looks with my finger. It's a bit more intense. Yes. Of course it is. I think I'm gonna go to the shade Orion. This one. I'm gonna go with my finger in the center. Oh, so pretty. That is such a pretty duochrome. Super pretty shade, Orion. I think I want to go back to the shade Ripe, this one, and intensify a bit the crease. This is an Anastasia Beverly Hills brush that I got in her palette. Go onto the lower lash line with it. I'm gonna blend a tiny bit with this shade, which is Rope. Now I'm gonna go to the shade Rust. Go onto the lower lash line with it. Might need to wet the brush. Very pretty color too. I think I'm gonna take a tiny bit of the shade Troop and Military Green and just do a little bit right here in the outer corner. I'm gonna use the shade Queen, I think, for the inner corner. Okay, camera stopped. I added a little bit of the shade Ripe, that pumpkin shade, in the outer corner here, just to have like a transition that is a tiny bit more warm here, like a little bit more dimension too. And I think I want to try to put the shade Mace or Mace, I don't know how you pronounce that, in between that pumpkin shade and the center. Yeah, that's a very pretty transition between those two shades, like that. Okay, I'm gonna add a tiny bit more of Orion with my finger, that duochrome shade. So beautiful, not too much. Okay, and I'm gonna finish the look with some eye pencil on, a little bit of liner, and then I'll see if I need to add anything after, and a little bit of mascara, of course. Alright, and that is the finished look. Yeah, I really like how this first look turned out. These colors are very pretty, very full. Everything performed really, really well. Everything blended really well. I really like the shade ripe, I think, to work it on the crease next to that military green shade plus that super sparkly duochrome shade. I like it. I think it screams fall. It's super pretty. You could do a full like monochromatic look and use like a, you know, a pumpkin color lipstick. But for today I use the new Natasha Denona I Need a Nude lipstick in the shade Michelle, and I really like how it looks. That is it. That is the first look. Let me know your thoughts down below. And we're gonna jump onto the second look. Second and probably third look, I think I'm gonna do two different looks. To be honest, I kept the swatches just to help me decide what kind of combination I should do, since it's yeah, overwhelming. I feel like doing something like in the blue tones here. We're gonna start with that eye actually, but I'm gonna start with the shade Enigma, which is that deep navy blue. Very, very pigmented. Yeah. This, if you have like brown eyes, that will make your eyes pop. This color. Okay, so I'm gonna drag it slowly into the crease. Love this kind of cream formula is so nice. It's blending so well, and you can build up the intensity very, very quickly. Very quickly. And you can also like smudge it all around to make it like nice and diffuse. Ooh, that is an intense color. Wow, I'm really tempted to use the blue. I think this is what I'm gonna do. Let's not make it complicated, okay? Let's try the shade Aqueous or Aqueous. Aqua, which means water. And I'm gonna go with my finger in the center. Oh yeah. Oh, that shade is so beautiful. So beautiful. I'm not sure if that palette is limited edition or not. Like I thought it was like a holiday palette, so I thought it was, but maybe it's not. Maybe it's not. If I know, I'll let you know in the comment section down below. But right now I have no idea. Oh, this is so pretty. What am I gonna put in the inner corner? I'm not sure. Maybe I should do a little quad here. Let's do that. I'm gonna pick up the shade Queen, which is that perfect inner corner shade. Pick it up dry. I don't know if I like that. You know what, actually, scratch that. On top, we're gonna go with the shade Chrism. This one. And maybe I'll go with my pinky. Yeah, I think it's a bit more interesting. Okay, go back with the shade Aqueous. Blending brush. I'm gonna go back to the first creamy shade Enigma, that navy blue one, and back onto the crease. I think I'm gonna use Penny. Okay. Well, that is intense, that's for sure. And it's pretty actually. Let's do a little transition with it into the blue. A little bit more of Queen, the perfect inner corner shade, just to make it a bit softer in the inner corner. Right here. But blue and bronze, very pretty together. Okay, I think I'm gonna use Chrism again and probably Penny together in the lower lash line. So Chrism first. And then the shade Penny. I don't know if I want to put blue here. I feel like I want to do something a bit more editorial. Well, not that you wear that very easily, for sure. I think I'm going to use my Urban Decay 24/7 Light on the Eye pencil in the shade Roxy. Do a little wing line with it quickly, not that you're going to see it much, but yeah, I think it's cool actually. Okay, I'm going to put on mascara quickly and I'll be right back to see if I need to add anything else. Right, this is how it looks like right now, and sometimes it's nice to just finish your look, put on mascara, a bit of liner, and see if something's missing. And I think I could add a tiny bit of that shade right here, maybe this after, but this one, which is a shade Pure, gently add that to the lower lash line, just to add a tiny bit of dimension. And I could put it here too, but I kind of like that, just the blue shade here. It gives kind of a very graphic vibe to the look. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna go to the shade Antique, and just merge that right here. All right, and I think that's all. So yeah, for sure, this look is a bit more editorial, but I find it like really cool, and I really like. Here I was not sure what to do first, so you could have gone immediately with the blue, like just onto, like from all over the lid, even in the inner corner, and go on top with the shade Penny. And I find it like, I don't know if you can see really, I'm gonna lower the light, but I think it looks really, really pretty. Kind of gives me that Treasure Island vibe. And this, once again, on brown eyes, oof, that would be so, so pretty. Alright, for this third look, so many options. Once again, I could do something very neutral, but I think you will find it like maybe boring, so maybe I'll do something very easy to wear in a get ready with me. But for today, the green shades are really interesting. The red is beautiful too. I feel like I should use the green shades maybe. I have to play more with the palette for sure. What is nice with that palette is like you really want to play with it and experiment. I'm gonna go with that green here called Royal. Once again, that's a very pretty color if you have brown eyes with a bit of red in it. Ooh, that would be so pretty. On blue eyes too, it would be pretty anyway. Once again, a cream to powder formula, and just all over the lid would be very pretty too. You know what? Let's do that. I'm gonna go with that brown right here called Antique. This is a Sigma blending brush E25. Sorry, I haven't said all the brushes I've been using. And I'm gonna put it in the outer corner on top of that green and work it in my crease. Once again, super easy to blend these shadows. These two together are very pretty actually. Very pretty. I'm gonna dip into the shade Symbol. That is kind of a more like a dark green cream shadow. Put it right here just to add some dimension. Back to Antique very quickly to intensify the crease. Like that. Now I'm gonna go into the shade Jubilé. Such a pretty color. Okay, my lovely camera stopped again. So I'm using the shade Jubilé, a beautiful like emerald forest green, and I'm placing it in the center of my lid with my finger. And now I'm tempted to use a gold in the inner corner, but I kind of like the soft smoky eye vibe we have going on. So I think maybe I'll go to the shade Noble, this one, and place it in the inner third. Yeah, I think it's pretty. Mesh those two shades together. I like that. Okay, and for the inner corner, maybe I'm gonna start to place it here. And I'm gonna mix a bit of Queen with it, which is that perfect inner corner shade. Let's take Noble here. And then the shade Antique. Let's take a bit of that green. Again, Royal. And the shade Symbol. And then I kind of want to take Orium for fun and place it in the center. Right here, and a tiny bit in between those two shades here. Not too much, just some glitters, but not a ton. I think I'm gonna leave it there, so I'm gonna finish the look and I'll be right back. And that is the finished look. A nice like warm reddish brown in the waterline. I type line with a black eye pencil and a little bit of mascara. So yeah, here it is. A bit more subtle, not as like intense. Could add a tiny bit of that shade Azoic, just to make it even more sultry. Right here too. Just this, yeah, and it makes it a bit more sultry. What do you guys think? Of course you can add lashes if you want. I am a bit lazy, so I'm not going to, but it will add to the look, of course. Easier to wear obviously than this, but you know, it's pretty. And you know, when you are overwhelmed by an eyeshadow palette, by all these colors, I really like to have swatches. You don't need to do the full arm, but if you're hesitating between a few colors, just do swatches and see which ones look better together. Just practice, you know, a lot. But if you don't have time, you don't want to do a mistake or something, just swatch on your hand and see, okay, these two look good together, or blah blah blah. Just experiment. Overall, I think this is such a beautiful eyeshadow palette. Natasha Denona, you know, I like it because for once it is surprising, it is different. You look at it and you're like, first you're a bit worried, yes, and you're like, uh-oh, what am I gonna do with that? But you can do so much. You can, if you want like a neutral eyeshadow look, you have your neutrals. You have like little golden undertones. You want a pop of color, you have these colors right here. You want something a bit more golden, chic, a bit of green, like a military green. Then you want something a bit more cranberry and pink or rose gold. You have so much in that palette, so much, and I really like the variety of the formulas you can find here. I'm gonna play with it obviously more. You'll see it in like get ready with me videos or things like that, because I haven't touched all the shades obviously. But yeah, so far impressed with the quality. I think I played before with their cream to powder formula. It was in a Safari palette, and I think maybe the Biba, she has some too. Let's see into the sunset quickly. But yeah, I don't see any repeat. Now you have some that are maybe close. Atmosphere. Let's see, Atmosphere on top of this one right here. It is close, a bit more pink. This one has a tiny bit more browns in it. Obeyed. Let's put it next to that one here. Although I know they're not close at all, but obeyed. More pink. Let's see that other gold sun-dazed on top of that one. Color tone. Bronzage. More pink too, actually. Let's see in the gold palette, what do we have? Because we have some greens here. So let's compare Aurora and Python. So let's do Python first. Not as creamy because this one is like a cream shadow. And Aurora, I love the gold palette, it's one of my favorites. I would say a bit more sheer maybe, and a bit more silvery. These two are close. A bit more pink in that one again. Close. This is Teak. Once again, this is a powder formula. This one is like a cream formula. So you can see some shades that are kind of like reminiscent of the shades in the gold palette. I'm not gonna swatch the Sapphire. You'll probably find some similarities. I think overall this is such a gorgeous eyeshadow palette. It's $170, yes, but it's small, like it's compact. You can travel with it and you can create so many different looks. This sure is a bit annoying, but whatever. If you don't need the name of the shades, you can easily rip it off. I want to say bravo to Natasha Denona for creating an eyeshadow palette that surprised everybody, that is not boring, that can, you know, fulfill your envy of color and decadence, but also you want something neutral for every day. You have those shades. You want something a bit more golden undertone. You have it. You want those rose, pink, gold, like shadows. You have it. It's a great palette. The cream to powder formula is exceptional. It blends so easily. You could put one shade all over the lid and then maybe intensify it a little bit with a darker shade in the outer corner and call it a day. Put a little bit of highlighter or whatever in the inner corner. I find it like super, super pretty. I would have liked maybe inner corner highlight that is a bit more warm than this one. But to be honest, I have so many highlighters that are kind of golden undertone. I can use that as well, and I'm sure you do too. Well, I would suggest maybe try to follow, if you're a bit, you know, nervous, like try to follow the rule. Like I followed this row here, but you can also follow the quads as I mentioned before, and then just, you know, play with it, experiment. If you're hesitating like between few colors, take the main color you're interested in and then swatch a few colors next to it to see if, well, they pair well together, and usually it helps. So voila, I hope this was helpful. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know down below what you want to see next. Do you want to see another video dedicated to that palette, or can I include it in a get ready with me video? Let me know down below what you like to see. I know I haven't played with a lot of them, so I will create more looks with it for sure. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, you can also follow me on Instagram. Click that little bell right here so you don't miss out on any new uploads. Thank you so much. Have a great one, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.